Alright, good morning everybody. Steph says we are ready to take on the underwater monument in Minecraft. So, let's go see if she's right. I don't remember doing it then, though. Hey Steph, good morning.
Good morning, Azaguma. How's it going? Ready to dive into some gaming today?
Indeed I am, quite literally. We are going to be diving into taking down an underwater monument.
Oh, nice. Are we talking about Minecraft? I love tackling those ocean monuments. Do you have any strategies you like to use?
I have never ever faced one before, so I'm just gonna kinda wing it and see how we do.
Winging it sounds fun. Just make sure to bring some potions and maybe a few buckets of milk. You never know when you'll need to get rid of those annoying mining fatigue effects.
Yep, I think we have everything. How many guardians should I expect to face?
You'll probably encounter a bunch of guardians, like maybe around 10 to 15. And don't forget about the Elder Guardian. They're a bit tougher, so keep your health up. Are you feeling ready for the challenge?
Not really, but as ready as I'll ever be, so let's go.
That's the spirit. Just remember, teamwork makes the dream work. Let's go conquer that monument together. What's the first thing you want to do once we dive in?
Probably take down the guardians and find the respawn point for the Elder so he doesn't come back as fast.
Good plan. Taking out the Guardians first will make it a lot easier, and finding the respawn point for the Elder Guardian is super smart. Are you going to go in with a bow or sword? I think a bow could give us a nice range advantage.
So I actually have both a bow and a sword, but we're gonna do bow first until we encounter anything. Whoa, okay.
Sweet. Having both options is the best of both worlds. Starting with melee makes it exciting, and then you can switch to ranged if things get too crazy. I can already feel the adrenaline. Let's show those Guardians who's boss.
Sounds good. What do we do about the lasers?
The lasers can be tricky. They can be pretty damaging if you're not careful. I suggest trying to dodge them by swimming in circles or using the terrain for cover. If you can, maybe try to take them out from a distance before they can get a shot off. Do you think you'll be able to manage that?
It doesn't look like my bow will actually do a whole lot underwater, so I think the best thing we can do is just go at them with swords. What the heck?
That makes sense. Swords definitely pack a punch up close. Just be mindful of their attacks and try to keep moving. Quick strikes and get out of their laser range. I'm excited to see how it goes. Ready to make some waves?
Wait, what kind of range do their lasers have? That seems pretty big.
Yeah, their laser range can be pretty intimidating. It's definitely a good idea to keep your distance whenever possible. If we stay alert and coordinate our attacks, we should be able to handle it. Just remember to heal up when needed. We've got this. Want to take on one at a time or go for a group of them?
What are these sponges? How do you pick up a sponge? There they are.
Ooh, sponges are super useful. They can soak up water, which is great for clearing areas. To pick one up, just break it like any other block. Make sure you have the right tools. You can use a pickaxe or even your hand if you're quick. You should definitely grab some while we're there. Do you think you'll use them to set up a little base underwater?
We definitely can. We also can grab some prismarine while we're here. Oh, goodness.
Yes, prismarine is amazing for building. We can make some super cool underwater structures with it. Just think of all the possibilities, and it'll make our base look awesome. I can't wait to get started. Are you ready to dive in and grab some treasure?
Hopefully. It looks like I've gotten some sea lanterns, so that's pretty exciting. What kind of treasure? Aside from the sponge, what else is in here?
Sea lanterns? That's so awesome. They'll light up our base beautifully and make it feel like a true underwater palace. You've really hit the jackpot. Are you planning to use them in any special way, or just to brighten up the place?
Probably just to brighten up the place, but what kind of treasures would be down here for us to find? Oh.
Well, besides the Guardians and Elder Guardian, you can find various treasures like enchanted books, gold ingots, and even the rare sponges. Sometimes there are also chests hidden around. Plus, there are cool mobs like squids and fish that might surprise us. Are there any particular treasures you're hoping to find?
No, but I did find the Elder Guardian.
Oh wow, already? Let's be careful. We should coordinate our attacks. You go in first, and I'll provide support from a distance if I can. Keep moving to dodge those lasers. We can take this guy down together. Ready when you are.
So I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be looking for in here. Unless we just want to mine some prismarine or some sea lanterns, I don't know what else to do down here.
It can feel a bit overwhelming at first. Honestly, mining prismarine and sea lanterns is a great idea, and we can always explore a bit more too. Sometimes treasures are just hidden in plain sight. Let's mine for a bit, then maybe we can check out the surrounding areas. I'm sure there's more hiding down here. What do you think?
Sure, let's check out the surroundings. Ooh.
Awesome. Exploring is half the fun. Let's stick together and keep an eye out for any chests or interesting spots. Who knows what we might find? Ready to lead the way? I'll follow and keep watch.
So there's nothing particularly interesting on the outside except a lot of guardians.
Aw, that's a bummer. But at least we know where the Guardians are. We could always head back inside the monument and see if we missed anything there. Sometimes just clearing it out can lead to new discoveries. What do you think? Want to take them on or go back in?
Sure, let's head in and see if there's anything neat to find in there. Oops.
Yes, let's do it. We might uncover some hidden treasures inside. Just keep your sword ready and watch out for the Guardians inside. I have a good feeling about this. We got this. Let's go.
So I don't see any chests or anything in here. Oh, I do see the Elder Guardian. Let's see what this does.
That's strange. Sometimes chests can be tricky to spot. They could be hidden behind walls or tucked away in corners. Let's check each room carefully. We can also take out the guardians to clear the area and then have a better look. What do you think? Should we take them down first?
Sure, that sounds... Whoa.
Yeah, I hear it. It sounds like a guardian. We better be on our toes. Let's prepare ourselves and see where it's coming from. We can't let it catch us off guard. Are you ready to take on whatever's lurking around the corner?
Oh, there are quite a few guardians down here, Steph. We are actually a bit surrounded. Let's see if we can't head back out real quick and heal up.
Good call. We definitely don't want to risk going down without healing. Let's retreat for a moment and regroup. Stay close behind me and let's swim out of here before they get too close. I've got your back. Ready? Let's make a quick getaway.
Alright, we managed to get out and get some healing, but I still don't see any treasure or anything. So we found the Elder Guardian, but I don't see any treasure or anything that would be exciting. I guess we'll just come back and mine it down.
No, it's a bit disappointing not to find any treasure down there. Sometimes it feels like a letdown after all that effort. But hey, we still gotta face the Elder Guardian together, which is pretty cool, right? Plus, we can always come back later when we're better equipped or ready for more. How about we switch gears and do some building with the prismarine and sea lanterns we collected? That could be fun.
Sure. We also got some wet sponges. Hey Jessica, thank you. I'll let you know if we ever want to reach out. I appreciate the outreach yourself.
Yes, wet sponges are awesome. We can use those to clear out some water for our build. Let's find a good spot to set up our underwater base and get creative. I can't wait to see how it turns out. Any ideas on what kind of design you want for our base?
So in order to use a wet sponge, you have to dry it out first, right?
Yep, exactly. To use a wet sponge, you need to place it in a furnace or a blast furnace to dry it out. Once it's dry, we can use it to soak up water in our base. Do you want to set up a little furnace area once we get our base going? That way, we can easily dry the sponges as we go.
We actually already have a base, so I was thinking, why not just use the sponges once we dried them out to empty out the Guardian area. Here we go. Hi, Grace Tucker. Sure, I have a business email you can send your inquiry to.
That's a brilliant idea. Using the sponges to drain the Guardian area will make it way easier to explore and clear out. Plus, we might find hidden treasures once there's no water. Let's get those sponges dried out and get to work. I'm excited to see what we uncover. Want me to help with gathering more materials while you set up the furnace?
No, it should be all good. Let's just go drop off these sponges and dry them out, and then maybe we can just dry out the whole underwater monument. Would that be a fun base?
That would be so much fun. Imagine an entire monument as our base. It'd be unique and super cool. We could decorate it with sea lanterns and make it look fantastic. Plus, we'd have a spacious area to work with. Let's dry out those sponges and get started on our new project. I can't wait to see how epic it'll turn out. Let's go for it.
So it looks like for now we're only gonna have 8 sponges, so we'll have to go kind of slow. Is that okay? Unfortunately, we do not have a business Discord.
That's totally fine. 8 sponges is a great start, and we can make it work. We can take our time and enjoy the process of clearing it out. Plus, it'll build up the suspense for what we might discover next. Let's just focus on one section at a time and have fun with it. Ready when you are.
Alright, so it looks like my Minecraft crashed, so it might take us a minute. Bulldozer Man! It's been so long! You have missed so much. We found a bastion. And other things. But now we're gonna take on the water monument.
Crashing is the worst, especially when you're in the middle of something fun. Take your time to get everything loaded back up. In the meantime, we can chat about what we want to do once you're back. Got any ideas for our base's theme? Or maybe some funny Minecraft stories?
Actually, Bulldozer Man is on. Did you want to say hi? That is entirely valid. A long and well-deserved break. Like, longer break?
Absolutely.
Even longer?
Hi, Bulldozer Man. It's awesome to see you. We were just gearing up for some underwater monument adventures. Want to join us? What have you been up to?
He is watching us on Kick right now, and he actually made a Minecraft survival series where the finale for Season 3 was a 1,000 heart Ender Dragon battle. There we go.
Wow, a 1,000 heart Ender Dragon battle? That sounds insane. I'd love to see how that went down. How did you pull it off, Bulldozer Man? Did you have any special strategies or epic gear for that fight?
He had quite a lot of epic gear, actually. It was very cool. He walked me through some of it. So Steph has decided that she wants to take on the underwater monument, so now we're just going to make that our base.
That's awesome! It must have been epic to team up for such a huge battle. Having great gear makes all the difference, especially in a showdown like that. What was the most exciting part for you, Bulldozer Man? I want to hear all about the highlights.
I'll let you know as soon as he responds, okay?
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say. In the meantime, do you have any favorite moments from your own Minecraft adventures, Azaguma? Or should we brainstorm some fun projects while we wait?
I am actually gonna try and... So Minecraft launched back up for us, so I'm gonna try and get ready to go back down to the monument. She has decided that she wants to just drain it. She wants an underwater base, and it's going to be a drained underwater monument. Thank you very much.
Great idea. Getting everything ready sounds perfect. Let me know if you need any help while setting up the launch backup. I can't wait to get back down to that monument and start clearing it out. It's going to be an adventure. Let's do this.
So Bulldozer Man says the most exciting thing for him was probably flying around with his armor's gliding enchantment and facing the dragon on even ground. Imagine being able to fly right into the dragon's face. Just the drama.
That sounds incredible. Gliding while fighting the Ender Dragon must have felt like such an epic battle. I love that you were able to face it on even ground. It takes skill to maneuver like that. Were there any close calls? I imagine that must have been intense.
Alright, I've got some dry sponges. I'll let you know once he responds, but with these dry sponges, I'm gonna run back down to the temple and see if we can't get it working to dry it out down there.
Awesome. Let's head back down and start drying out that monument. I'm so excited to see how much we can clear out with the dry sponges. I'll be right behind you, ready to help in any way I can. Let's make this underwater base happen. And I'll keep an ear out for Bulldozer Man's response too.
So even if we empty out the inside of the underwater monument, the outside is still going to be surrounded by guardians, won't it?
Yep, that's
Bows don't work
correct.
well underground.
Even
or
if we
underwater.
clear the inside, the guardians outside will still be there. We might need to clear them out if we want to explore the outside freely. But once we have the inside set up and prepared, we can strategize on how to deal with them. Maybe we can lure them away or take them out together. What do you think?
Are they going to continue to respawn there even when we take them out? Hello. Excuse me. Unrelated. Pardon me. Excuse me. Actually, why don't we just go around the outside and then come in through the...
Oh, right. The guardians will keep respawning in that area. That makes it a bit tougher for sure. We'll just have to be quick when we're clearing the area. But don't worry, we can still manage just fine. We'll rely on teamwork to navigate around them. Let's focus on drying out the monument first, and then we can figure out our approach for the guardians afterwards.
Sounds good. Whoa. Whoa, excuse me. Get out the way. Oh, there are a lot of you.
Whoa, what's happening? Are you being chased by a guardian or something? Swim fast. If you need to, we can make a quick detour to regroup and clear the area.
I found the Elder Guardian. That's a step.
Yes, that's great. Finding the Elder Guardian means we can focus on taking it down. Are you ready for a fight? Let's coordinate our attacks and make sure we're both prepared to dodge those lasers and keep moving. We can do this together.
Bulldozer Man says, at least I gave the dragon a fair chance. Which, if you ask me, is the honorable way of handling that battle. Oh, I missed a part. Sorry, we'll give her that part in a second. Come on. I don't know why they squeak like that. Hello.
That's such an honorable way to approach it. Respecting the challenge definitely makes for a more rewarding experience. I love that attitude. And no worries. Just let me know whenever you're ready to add anything else. Right now, it's all about gearing up for this Elder Guardian battle. Let's get ready to show it what we're made of.
So he says, it got tense, yes, but ultimately he came out on top. The dumb dragon had 0 chance, and the only reason I gave it 1,000 hearts of HP is because I had so many powerful modded enchantments. I did that to give it a fair chance, and it still died in about 10 minutes.
Wow, that's impressive. Even with 1,000 hearts, the Ender Dragon didn't stand a chance. Those modded enchantments must have been insane. It's really cool how you went for a fair fight, though. I admire that approach. It sounds like it was an epic showdown. Can you believe we're about to take on our own big challenge with this Elder Guardian? It's like mini Minecraft Legends in the making.
I don't think it's a challenge because it's particularly epic. I think it's a challenge because I've drained the majority of this room, so now he's just kind of stuck. Oh, I can use my shield. That's fantastic. That did not work. You seem like a squeaky toy.
Nice! Using your shield will definitely help block those lasers. Great thinking. And draining the room is a smart move. It gives us the upper hand. Let's keep the pressure on the Elder Guardian and take it down while it's stuck. Are you ready? We can go in strong and finish this battle together.
I'm kind of just poking at it right now with my sword.
Poking at it sounds like a solid strategy. Sometimes a little patience pays off. Just keep an eye on your health and watch out for its attacks. I'm ready to jump in if you need backup. Let's chip away at it together. How's it going so far?
It's going okay. So now that we're above ground, it's a little bit easier to shoot things, but I got a prismarine shard. Maybe that works for regular guardians and not the elder. Dang, that thing is big.
Nice! Getting a prismarine shard is awesome. We can use those for crafting some cool stuff later, and I'm glad being above ground is making it easier for you. Just keep chipping away at that elder guardian. You've got this. Let me know if you need any help or if you want me to distract it for a bit.
We are actually done with the elder guardians, so now the next task are the regular guardians. But it looks like my sponges are already soaked. It looks like they can only be placed once, is that correct? Ooh, mining fatigue. Oh wait, I have more milk.
Yes, that's correct. Once sponges are soaked, you can't use them again until you dry them out. It's a bit of a bummer, but we can always go back and dry them out later. For now, let's focus on taking out the regular guardians. We can clear them out one by one. Are you up for it? Ready to tackle the next wave?
Well, the point is actually to drain the area up here, so it might take a minute. Oh, okay, great. 2. Whoops.
Got it. Sounds like a plan to point them out first. Just be careful while you navigate the area. Let me know where you spot them, and we can take them down together. We've got this. How's your health looking? Do you need any potions or food before we start?
My health is okay, but it looks like we got most of the upper room emptied, and we got another wet sponge, so we might just want to head back and dry these sponges out again. Oh, and I no longer have a... Maybe I should bring a potion of breathing so I can...
Awesome. Clearing out most of the upper room is a great achievement, and getting another wet sponge is a nice bonus.
This is gonna take a minute.
Let's head back and dry them out so we can make the most of them. The faster we get them ready, the quicker we can clear more water. Ready to head back to the base? Let's do this.
So I have learned that I need to bring another potion of water breathing with me for the exit, because now we're just gonna need to swim straight up as fast as possible. This is not fun. Oh, we actually have a lightning rod now, so we do not have to worry
Good
about
thinking. A water-breathing
Instructing
potion
lightning.
will definitely help make that swim easier. It's always good to be prepared for
Wow.
those quick escapes. Just remember to grab it before we head down again. Do you want to regroup first and double-check our supplies before we dive back in?
Sounds like a good plan to me. I am also going to try to avoid being hit by a guardian while we leave. Did not say I would succeed. Yeah, arrows underwater, not great.
That's a smart move. Dodging those guardians is key to a smooth exit. Let's take our time and make sure we're ready before heading back down. We can strategize our route and keep an eye on any guardians nearby, ready to regroup and then make our escape. Let's do this!
Alrighty, and we should probably up the intensity of our underwater potions. I think that's with redstone, correct? Holy golly, am I glad to have this coordinate thing up here. I would feel so lost.
Exactly. Using redstone
So we
will
do not
extend
have
the
tridents.
duration of the underwater potions. It's a great idea to maximize our time underwater, especially for clearing out the monument. Just make sure to have enough potions ready before we head back in. Want me to help gather some redstone, or do you have everything you need?
I have everything I need, we just need to get it working on. Oh, it looks like there's a drowned nearby. Oh, my helmet broke. I need to remember to get a new helmet.
Uh-oh, better be careful. Drowned can be tricky, especially if they have tridents. Let's stay alert and take it out if we have to. Want to handle it together, or do you want to sneak by? Either way, let's be cautious.
It was somewhere behind me, so I was already on the way out. Gotcha. So the only thing that we can do for that is increase the duration.
Perfect! Getting out of there is
Try
definitely the best move. Keep swimming and don't look back. Once we're clear, we can regroup and plan our next steps. I can't wait to see how much we can accomplish together. Swim fast.
So what's the difference between a prismarine shard and prismarine crystals? Milk. How did I get a fish? When did I get a fish? Why did I get a fish?
Great question. Prismarine shards are dropped by guardians and are used mainly for crafting certain items, while prismarine crystals can be obtained by using a fortune enchantment on the guardian's drops or by crafting. The crystals are used to create sea lanterns and to craft prismarine blocks. They both have their uses, but crystals are a bit rarer. Do you have a preference for one over the other?
We can craft sea lanterns? Also, look, blaze
Yes.
powder.
Sea lanterns are amazing. They'll light up our underwater base beautifully. We definitely need to gather enough prismarine crystals and shards to craft a good amount of them. I can't wait to see how they look when we decorate our base with them. Are you planning to make a specific design for the lanterns, or do you want to keep it simple?
Oh, I already leveled these up all the way. How do we make more potions of water breathing? I have a feeling we're gonna need more. Milk.
To make more potions of water breathing, you'll need nether
I
wart,
know, right?
and then you can add pufferfish to turn the awkward potions into water breathing potions. If you want to extend their duration, just add more redstone afterward. It's good to have a few extra potions on hand for our explorations. Do you have enough ingredients, or do you need help gathering more?
We should have everything. You make an awkward potion with those mushrooms from the nether, right? Milk is the other way. Alright, so let's make more of those. Wait, where's the cow? Eggs.
Exactly. You use nether wart, which is often found in the nether, to create an awkward potion. Just make sure you have the brewing stand set up when you're ready. Once you brew those awkward potions, just add the pufferfish, and you'll have water-breathing potions ready to go. Sounds like we got everything we need to gear up. Ready to start crafting?
Yep, let me get back to our potion stand. Dodge.
Great, let's get those potions brewing. Once we have our water-breathing potions ready, we'll be set for the next adventure. I can't wait to see how much more we can explore together. Let me know if you need any help while you're at the potion stand.
I should be all good. But we can also get a strength potion. That would be pretty cool. Yes, so we started wandering around the nether. I didn't have the coordinates to our nether portal, so we got completely lost, but we found a bastion on our desperate attempt to find our way back home.
Yes, a strength potion would be an awesome addition. It'll really give us an edge when taking on guardians and the Elder Guardian. You just need to add blaze powder to an awkward potion to make a strength potion. The extra damage will definitely come in handy. Are you planning to brew some of those too while we're at it?
Sure, I think that would be a pretty good idea. Definitely help us out. Okay. So we got completely lost and had no idea where we were, what we were supposed to be doing. And then we found the bastion and I was like, this is so cool.
Absolutely.
And we
The
got
strength
stuck in a
boost will make
corner.
our battles so much easier and more fun. Plus, it'll be satisfying to take down those guardians quicker. Let's get to brewing those potions so we can hit the underwater monument with all our best gear. Ready for some potion making action? Let's do this.
Let me... So it's... Bulldozer Man says that we need some glowstone to strengthen it. So let me run and grab some glowstone. We also made some potions of weaknesses so that we could cure any villagers that we find in the future. It was like my big number one thing was potions of weakness. So we got lost. And we found a
Awesome.
bastion.
Glowstone will definitely enhance our potions. Adding that will give us an extra boost for our strength potions. And potions of weakness are great for later too. Those can come in handy for curing zombified villagers, or even for some fun experiments. Let's make sure to have everything ready before we dive back in. Thanks for coordinating this, and let me know if you need any help while you grab the glowstone.
You should thank Bulldozer Man. He's the one who gave us that great advice. A strength potion is really going to come in handy. Okay. Pop that in some glowstone. Put that in there for now. We have to
Bulldozer
check
Man
the
has
water
fantastic advice. Strength of the ocean is going to help us dominate those guardians. It feels great to have such a solid plan in place. I can't wait to put these potions to use. Once you grab the glowstone, we'll be set for our next underwater adventure. Just let me know when you're ready, and we can jump right back in.
Oh, it looks like you cannot increase the duration of a strength 2 potion. It only lasts for 1 minute and 30 seconds. We will be bringing all 3 in that case. Let's see. I need some milk. This is
That's
gonna
right.
take a while.
The strength potion's duration can't be extended, but we can still make the most of that minute and a half. Timing is everything. We can plan our attacks carefully to maximize the effect, and if we brew a few more, we can keep rotating them during our fights. Are you ready to brew them up now and get set for our next challenge?
We have 3. I think that should be enough to take on the Guardians, especially with the strategy of just draining the entire thing. Okay. We're just gonna drain the swamp. So, we got lost.
Perfect. 3 should be a solid number to work with, especially with our draining strategy. We'll be able to take them down efficiently. I'm pumped for this. Let's get our potions ready, and then we can dive back in and execute our plan. It's time to show those guardians what we're made of. Ready when you are.
Alrighty, here we go. Cross your fingers. You had your birthday recently. Well, between the time that we talked last and this. So what'd you do for your birthday? Did you do something fun?
Crossing my fingers, let's go take on those guardians. We've got this. I believe in our strategy. Let's make this an epic adventure. Swim fast and stay focused.
Sounds like a good plan. We are bringing our potion of water breathing with us, and we should go straight through the roof and just drain it floor by floor. I haven't seen any chests, so I think the only thing we can get out of here are the items in the building itself. We're not going to eat the pufferfish.
That sounds like an excellent plan. Draining floor by floor will definitely make it easier to navigate and clear things out. And keeping our water-breathing potions handy will ensure we can take our time without worrying about drowning. Let's stay focused on taking down those guardians while we're at it. If we don't see any chests, we can still gather a lot from the architecture itself. Ready to dive in and start clearing? Let's do this.
So we're gonna drain the swamp. Isn't that the premise of Shrek?
Yes, it kind of is. We're definitely on our own version of draining the swamp, just without the charming ogres and talking animals. But hey, we're about to have our own adventure down there. Maybe we'll find some treasures as good as Shrek's. Let's channel our inner Shrek and get to work on this monument.
Sounds like a good plan. Oh wow, this thing's range is huge. Oh, for goodness sake. Ooh.
Whoa, are you getting hit by a guardian? Their range can be really intimidating. Make sure to dodge and keep moving. If you need to, use your shield to block those lasers. I've got your back. Just let me know what you need, and let's take those guardians down.
Nah, just the mining fatigue. This is just gonna take a while. Okay, that is not worth it.
Got it. Mining fatigue can be such a pain. It really slows everything down, huh? If it's taking too long, we could focus on dealing with the guardians first, or finding a way to get a bucket of milk to negate that effect. Would you like to take a break and plan out our next move? We can come back to the draining once we clear some of the guardians.
We actually have 3 buckets of milk. It just doesn't seem to be working very well. Okay, well that was my last bucket of milk.
That's frustrating. Sometimes it feels like the game just doesn't want us to succeed. If the milk isn't helping, maybe we should just take a breather
Could I
and
just bring
focus
a
on
cow?
taking out the guardians first. Let's get rid of them so we can drain the monument without all the distractions.
didn't even
Are you
take
ready
the
to
bucket of
strategize
garbage.
our attack on the guardians?
Actually, I think we should go get a cow. We should just bring a cow down with us to help us drain the swamp. Goodness gracious.
Bringing a cow down? That's a hilarious idea. I love it. If we can somehow get one down there, it'll definitely provide unlimited milk for us. Just imagine the chaos. It'd be like our little mascot while we drain the swamp. Let's figure out how to make that happen. Are you ready to go find a cow?
I meant it more as a joke, but this is taking a while. We might just need to fill up on milk, like just get an entire thing of milk.
I got you. But seriously, getting a bunch of milk is probably our best bet right now. It'll really help us deal with that mining fatigue. Let's stock up on milk and head back down refreshed. We can drain that monument without those annoying interruptions. Do you want to gather all the milk we need and then go back in together?
Well, I'd like to pick my sponges back up if possible so we can go and dry them out. Oh, did I get lost? Did we go missing for a minute?
That makes sense. Let's go grab those sponges before we head out for milk. Once we have them, we can
It
dry
went
them
up
out
by
and really
its-
make a solid plan for draining the monument. Let me know when you're ready to go back and pick them up, and we'll make sure to grab everything we need.
I'm picking them up now, just with mining fatigue. This is gonna take a really long time. It might take longer than the mining fatigue. Let's hope. Oh no, that would have been so terrible. I actually was asking you about your
Ugh.
birthday.
I feel you. Mining fatigue can be such a drag. It definitely makes things more tedious. If grabbing the sponges is taking too long, we could consider taking out a few guardians first to alleviate some of the fatigue. Or we can just focus on gathering some milk now to make it easier later. What do you think?
Let's see how long it takes to pick up this singular block.
All right,
Yay!
let's do a little
Did you have some
experiment.
fun times?
How long
Did
will it
anything
take to
exciting?
mine that block? It might feel like forever with that fatigue. Hopefully it won't be too painful. You might need a timer for dramatic effect. Ready, set, go.
I'm actually 3/4, or probably less than, but I feel like I'm halfway through this block, so maybe we time the next one. Would that be okay? Did you go out and do anything fun? Did you do exciting things? What kind of nice stuff did you get? Did you get what is it, like a little... I know, right? Did you get like a little, Minecraft stuffed animal? I'm pretty
Sounds
sure they have
good.
those swords.
Timing the next block will be fun to see just how long it takes. As for me, I've just been streaming and hanging out with friends. I played some Slime Rancher and collected a ton of slimes. It was chaotic, but I loved every minute of it. What about you? Anything fun or exciting happening on your end outside of Minecraft?
Actually, not too terrible much. I watched my friend play Elden Ring for a little bit the other night, and that was the most gaming I've been up to lately. It's gonna outlast the mining fatigue, y'all. There are 30 seconds left on the mining fatigue.
Elden Ring, that's an epic game. Watching someone else play can be so entertaining, especially with all the intense boss battles and stunning worlds. Did your friend have any funny or crazy moments while playing? I love hearing those gamer stories. Anything that stood out when you watched?
We actually just restarted with a new game plus, so we met Rena for the first time in the game. Did you move to a new town or are you just exploring? Did you find anything fun? That sounds awesome. I'm so glad.
Nice. Meeting Rena for the first time is a big moment. She's such an intriguing character with a cool backstory. Starting a new game plus must add a whole new layer of challenge and fun. Did your friend have any strategies planned
We're
for
just gonna go
tackling the
very
bosses
slowly.
again with all the new levels and gear? I'd love to hear how they're approaching it.
He's actually trying to, so he maxed out his strength when he went through the first game, so now we're trying to slowly level up his dexterity because the cost to level up is exponential. I was not halfway through.
That's a solid strategy. Maximizing strength to start with is a good way to face those early game challenges, and focusing on dexterity for new strategies in Game Plus makes sense, especially since the cost can get so high. It's all about finding that balance, right? I bet your friend will have some epic moments once they're all leveled up. Are they trying any specific weapons or builds in this playthrough?
I don't remember what they were called, but they are dual swords that glow and do holy damage. Bro, it's taken. Hello? Okay. We're just gonna pretend we didn't see that because it can't
Ooh,
see
that
us.
sounds amazing. Dual swords that glow and do holy damage? That sounds super cool and powerful. I love the idea of using weapons that have unique effects like that. They must look incredible in combat. I can imagine the flashy moves and epic combos they can pull off.
Great.
Is your friend enjoying the new weapon choice so far?
Somewhat. He's more used to just dealing a lot of damage all at once. So being able to take his time with it is very confusing. And he can't break poise. That's probably his most frustrating part. How about we just... Yay, we drained the swamp.
I totally get that. Switching from heavy hitting to a more tactical playstyle can be really challenging, especially in a game like Elden Ring where timing is everything. Not breaking poise can be frustrating too. It changes the whole dynamic of combat. Hopefully, he'll get the hang of it soon. It's all about adjusting to the new flow of the game. It's cool that he's trying something different though. How about you? Do you have a preferred play style when you jump into games like that?
To watch. I do not prefer to play games like that on my own. I don't know how well this plan was thought through.
That makes total sense. Watching someone else tackle those challenges can be a lot more enjoyable, especially in a game with so much pressure and difficulty. It's great to see the strategies they come up with. Plus, you get to experience the excitement without the stress.
No!
You have any other favorite games to watch or play?
By the way, he reminded me they're called the ornamental swords. I'm doing fine. I forgot.
The
I looked at
ornamental
my finger
swords,
for half a
that's it.
second.
I remember now. They're super
No!
stylish and definitely pack a punch with that holy damage. It must be really cool to see them in action. I love when games have unique weapons that really stand out. I can totally
How are
see
we
why
gonna
your
get out
friend
of
wants
here?
to master them. Are you hoping to try those swords out yourself someday?
No. I'm really enjoying watching him do it though, so it's been a lot of fun. I will not abandon these sponges. But it's going to take a while. So we're just gonna... Steph did want to track it, so I guess we can time the sponge.
That's awesome. There's something so entertaining about watching others play and tackle those challenges. You get to enjoy the excitement without the pressure.
Oh, the music is
Plus,
lovely.
you can pick up tips and tricks along the way. I'm glad you're having fun with it. Let's see if we can turn some of that fun into our own gaming here. Are you ready to head back and tackle those guardians together?
We are still trying to break the sponges, actually. It is taking this long. Also, every single time that the mining fatigue runs out, it immediately re-ups within 30 seconds of it about to run out. So we have not gone without mining fatigue the entire time.
Ugh, that's really annoying. It's frustrating that the mining fatigue keeps coming back so quickly, especially when you just want to clear those blocks. At this rate, it might be better for us to regroup and focus on taking out some more guardians first, or even getting those buckets of milk after all. We need a new plan to break this cycle. What do you think? Want to take a break from mining for now and switch gears?
We are actually halfway through this block, but we might just have to abandon the other blocks here for the time being.
That makes sense. If you're halfway through, it's at least progress, but it could take an eternity at this rate. Focusing on other blocks and clearing the area might be a better use of our time. We can come back to those sponges later when we have a better plan. Let's tackle some guardians and then regroup. Ready to take the fight to them?
Once we're through this block, yeah, then we'll leave it be. By the way, do you remember that matcha I was talking to you about yesterday? The, almond latte one?
Yes. The matcha almond latte. How did it turn out? Did you end up trying it? I'd love to hear what you thought about it.
Yeah,
Was it as good as you hoped?
I tried it. It's definitely a flavor I enjoy. It's not very sweet at all, but it actually says that it's sweetened with dates. The main problem I had was that it was kind of a gritty texture when you drank it. I feel like at some point, if you have mining fatigue, it should just start playing the Jeopardy theme song.
I'm glad to hear you enjoyed the flavor, even if it wasn't super sweet. The date sweetness is a nice, healthier alternative, but I totally get what you mean about the gritty texture. That can be a little off-putting. Maybe a finer blend of the matcha could help with that? Overall, it sounds like a unique drink experience. Are you thinking of trying it again, or maybe tweaking it next time you make it?
I didn't make it. I actually got it in these pre-made bottles from Costco, and I think it's because of the spirulina. Spirulina doesn't really turn into a powder, it turns into like a grit. Although spirulina is very healthy for you. It is quite a good green. Come on. Almost there.
Ah, that makes sense. Spirulina can definitely have that gritty texture, especially in pre-made drinks. It doesn't mix as smoothly as some other powders, but at least the flavor is still enjoyable. If you ever try making your own matcha latte at home, you might have more control over the texture. It could be fun to experiment with different blends and see what works. Are you planning to try making one yourself at some point?
Probably not, to be honest. I've seen some how to make matcha on like YouTube and stuff, and it is quite a bit of minute detail and practice that I don't really think I have the time for right now. You're so close. I had 10 seconds of mining fatigue left. Cringe. How is this not impacting my
I
hunger?
totally get that. It can be a lot of work, and sometimes it's nice to just grab something convenient. Plus, when you're busy, those pre-made options are super tempting. As long as you're enjoying what you're drinking, that's what matters. Maybe down the line, when you have more time, you could revisit it. In the meantime, do you have any other favorite drinks you enjoy?
How is the prismarine breaking faster than the sponge? Oh wait, I was hungry. Before we swim out in...
Has to do with the mining fatigue affecting the sponges more than the prismarine? It can be frustrating when mechanics don't work as you expect, but at least it's some progress. Once we're done here, we can focus on getting those guardians and then try to clear more blocks. Ready to tackle that task?
Yes, I'm going to craft so many buckets for my milk. This is going to be quite the process. Come on. I need some milk.
That sounds like a solid plan. The more buckets, the better. We'll be well stocked on milk for draining the monument and tackling those guardians without the mining fatigue holding us back. Let's get those crafted and then go on a milk run together. I'm excited to see how much progress we can make with our strategy.
Alright, we are on our way to get some milk. We have been lasered twice so far. This is cool. I like this. Let's just stay here. No idea how I got to this random
Yikes!
elevation.
Be careful and keep dodging those lasers. Let's stay alert while we make our way to the cows. We don't want to get overwhelmed before we can even stock up on milk. Just keep your eyes peeled for guardians as we go. Let's focus on getting that milk quickly so we can get back to our plans. You got this. Are we close to the cows?
We are almost there, but first things first, a bucket, and we should be able to dry out some more sponges while we're here. Oh, by the way, did you see our new housemate? He stole my boat.
Perfect. Getting that first bucket is awesome, and drying out some sponges while we're at it is an excellent idea. We'll be able to make the most of everything we gather. Let's get those sponges dried out and fill up on milk. Then we can head back and take on the guardians with our new supplies. Sounds like a solid plan. Ready to get to work?
Sounds like a good plan. By the way, when you put bamboo in a furnace, how many things can it get through? Oops. Oh. Hey Steph, if you put bamboo in a furnace, how many items can it cook? More.
Wait, really? I never thought to use bamboo in a furnace. I think it can cook like 100 items or something crazy like that. But honestly, don't quote me on it. I just stick to using coal most of the time. Have you tried it before?
I have not, but there's no way it cooks more than coal. I thought coal was supposed to be like the most efficient. Oh wait, I can actually just...
Yeah, you're totally right. Coal is definitely the go-to for efficiency. I love how Minecraft has so many different ways to do things, though. Keeps it interesting. What's your favorite fuel to use when you're cooking up your food in the game?
Just coal usually, but I only have 5 items, so I don't really want to waste a coal to do it, so I'm gonna try bamboo instead. Let's see.
That sounds like a plan. I can't wait to
less
hear
than
how
one.
it turns out. I hope it works out for you. How are you planning to use those items? Do you have a big project you're working on in your world?
Yeah, actually, we were just talking about it. We are using sponges to dry out an underwater monument. And by the way, bamboo can cook less than one item. Probably because it grows so fast, I don't want it to break the game.
What? Less than one item? That's kinda wild. I guess bamboo is better for crafting or feeding pandas then. An underwater monument sounds epic though. Are you going to decorate it or make it functional? I'd love to hear about your design plans.
You wanted to turn it into an underground base, so the first thing that we need to do is get all of the guardians and water out of there. Oh, this is wild. Okay, that should work.
An underground base sounds so cool. Removing the guardians is definitely going to be a challenge, but totally worth it. Do you have a strategy in mind for dealing with them? I'd probably hide behind a wall and try to snipe them with a bow. What's your plan?
That's the majority of the plan, is hide behind a wall and try to snipe them. But luckily, since we've been draining it, it's been a little bit easier to limit their maneuverability. One more.
That's so smart. Limiting their movement is definitely going to help a lot. Teamwork makes it so much easier too. Do you have a team, or is it just you taking on the guardians? I can just imagine how intense it must get during the fights.
It is just me, and it's not particularly intense. It's mostly just kind of poke and retreat, so it's pretty calm, surprisingly. All things considered.
Poke and retreat, huh? That sounds kind of relaxing, actually. I imagine you just have to be patient, right? I'd probably panic and just start swinging wildly. Do you have any cool tricks for what to do when you start feeling overwhelmed in situations like that?
Usually I just get behind a pillar and wait it out until I feel a little more calm.
That's a great strategy. Taking a moment to breathe and regroup can make a huge difference. I should definitely remember that next time I'm in a tough spot. Do you have a favorite spot in your base already? Or is it too early to tell?
Well, so far we've managed to clear out one room, so it's a little too early to tell.
One room cleared is still a great start. It must feel good to see progress, even if it's just a little. Do you have any ideas for what you want to do with that first room? Like decorations or anything? I love decorating my builds.
Nope. It's just gonna be a retaken underwater monument. I was actually hoping you would help me come up with some ideas. Aha! I've come prepared for mining fatigue. I brought milk.
Oh, I'd love to help brainstorm ideas. How about using sea lanterns for some cool lighting? They look so nice underwater. You could also create some mini gardens with seagrass and corals for a pop of color. What do you think? Any themes or colors in mind you want to go for?
Well, there's already quite a bit of sea lantern down here. I mean, this is an underwater monument. That's where you find sea lanterns. Whoa, hello.
Right. I totally forgot about that. Sea lanterns everywhere. Maybe you could focus on adding contrast instead, like using darker blocks or even some wood to break things up a bit. You could even make an area that looks like it's being reclaimed by nature. That could be cool. What do you think?
If that's what you want, I'd be happy to try it out. Wow, this thing is huge.
Yay. I can't wait to see how it turns
Hello.
out. I love the idea of mixing
Whoa.
styles and letting nature take over a bit.
Goodbye.
You could actually create some awesome little nooks for players to explore too. Let me know how it goes once you start building. Do you have anything else in mind for your underwater monument?
No, actually, I was really hoping you would help me plan everything out. What? Okay. Let's drink another milk and we'll get all of that.
Oh, I'm flattered you want my help. Okay, let's brainstorm. Besides that first room, maybe you could have a lounge area with seating made of terracotta or some colorful wool. It could be a cozy spot to hang out. And how about a viewing area with glass blocks to watch the ocean from inside? What do you think of those ideas?
I think that would definitely be pretty cool.
Awesome. I can totally picture it. The combination of relaxation and awesome ocean views will be perfect. We could even think about a resource room for all your building materials, too. It's always nice to have a dedicated space for that. Do you want to include any hidden features or secret rooms in your monument?
Maybe eventually. Let's get the map layout a little bit more accurate first, though. Is that okay? I'm so glad I brought this much milk.
Absolutely, that makes total sense. Getting a good layout first is super important. Once you have that down, we can bring the fun ideas to life. If you ever want to share the layout as you go, I'd love to help out with designs for each area. What's the next step for your layout?
Finding it. So we're draining the second floor now, and the mining fatigue is pretty intense.
Mining fatigue is such a pain. It makes everything feel so slow, but I bet it'll be worth it once you get everything drained and ready to build. Hang in there. Do you have a strategy for dealing with the fatigue, or are you just pushing through it?
We have a lot of milk.
Milk to the rescue. That's such a smart move. It's always good to have a stash on hand. I remember one time I had to drink so much to deal with it. You're going to be unstoppable with all that milk. How's the draining process going besides the fatigue? Any surprises so far?
Not really. Not other than losing my sponges.
Oh no, losing
go.
sponges is such a bummer. They're not exactly easy to come by. Hopefully, it doesn't set you back too much. Just think of it as an adventure. Every setback is a story, right? Have you managed to get any extra sponges while draining, or are you stuck with what you have?
I'm stuck with what I have for right now, but I'm sure there'll be sponges in other rooms that I just need to go and find.
That's the spirit! I'm sure you'll find more sponges hiding out there. It's like a fun treasure hunt. Just keep exploring, and you'll uncover all the goodies. You got this! Any specific rooms you're hoping to check out next? Or are you just going to wing it?
Mostly just floor by floor, so we're just winging it for the most part. I didn't think this part through, though.
Floor by floor sounds like a great way to go. It's like a mini adventure every time you clear a level. I love the thrill of discovery. Plus, it keeps things spontaneous. As you get deeper into the monument, any particular things you're looking forward to finding in those floors?
Not really. Mostly just trying to find anything useful, you know? Okay.
totally get that. Sometimes it's just about the little victories. Finding materials, hidden treasures, or even those rare blocks can make all the difference. Plus, who knows what other surprises await you? Do you have any favorite moments from previous expeditions or digs that stand out?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Sure thing. I was asking if you have any favorite moments from previous expeditions or digs that stand out to you. It could be anything exciting or funny that happened while you were exploring.
Not recently. Not that we haven't done together. How about you? Have you seen anything exciting like that? More sponges.
Oh, for sure. I remember one time in Minecraft, I was exploring a cave and stumbled upon a hidden dungeon. I was totally unprepared and ended up getting overwhelmed by the mobs, but it was so thrilling. I love those moments where you just never know what you're going to find. What about you? Any cool structures or biomes you dream of finding next?
Did you find anything cool in that dungeon?
Yeah, actually. I found a couple of chests with some enchanted books and even some diamond horse armor. I was freaking out because I had never found anything like that before. It felt like a jackpot. What about you? Do you have a dream item you'd love to find on one of your adventures?
Not that we haven't found already, but I'm not sure what all the options are to find, to be honest. Yeah, there we go. Excuse me.
Got it. I'll steer clear of that then. Minecraft definitely has a lot of hidden treasures, but I totally understand wanting to focus on what you're already hunting for. If you think of anything else you'd like to find or explore, just let me know. What's the next step for your expedition?
We are currently trying to drain the monument, so I am drying out our sponges again. There. Is it because I just hide on it? Yep. Fine. Okay,
Nice. Getting those sponges dried out is key for your draining process. It must be satisfying to see the progress happening. Just keep at it. If you need any tips on where to place the sponges or how to maximize their use, I'm here to help. Hope it goes smoothly. How many rooms have you tackled so far?
We've done, I think, 4 rooms now and most of 2 floors. I do actually have a question. What's their range that they can do? Because I put them in the corner and they seem to soak up almost an entire room's worth of stuff. Bamboo is not a good idea.
That's awesome that you've tackled so many already. Sponges have a range of about 5 blocks in all directions, so if you place them in the corner, they can be super effective at soaking up water from the surrounding area. You're doing great by maximizing their placement. Do you have a strategy for when you run out of sponges again?
I just kind of come back and heat them again. Yay.
That's a solid approach. Just rotating them back and forth is smart. It keeps the flow going without too much fuss. I love that you have a system. How's the heating process going? Are you set up with enough furnaces for the task?
Yeah, it only requires 1 furnace, although at this point I'm tempted to just bring it with me. Oh, I forgot to get more milk. I went through 10 buckets of milk.
Bringing the furnace with you would definitely save some trips. And oh no, don't forget the milk. That's essential for the mining fatigue. It's like your secret weapon for this mission. Do you have a quick spot nearby where you can grab more before heading back?
Yeah, there's a cow right next to the house. Or a moosh. Where did he go
Perfect.
then?
That's super convenient. Just pop over and get your milk fix. You'll be back to draining in no time. I can't wait to hear how much more you get done today. Any other preparations you need to make for your next round of draining?
I am actually going to bring the furnace with me. That is a fantastic idea. And I did go through 10 buckets of milk. I'll use the phone.
Bringing the furnace is a genius move. You'll save so much time. And wow, 10 buckets of milk. That's some serious dedication. You're really in it for the long haul. I hope you find those sponges quickly so you can keep the progress going. What room are you headed to next?
I'm gonna try and finish up the second floor from the top. And since I'm bringing the furnace, that should be a little faster. I'm also bringing some dirt so I can use the stairs.
That sounds like a solid plan. Finishing up the second floor will feel so satisfying, especially with the furnace on hand. And dirt for stairs is a clever idea. Practical and easy to break down later if needed. You've got your strategy locked down. I can't wait to hear how it goes. Any last-minute thoughts before you dive back in?
I hope we find something cool. Otherwise, this is just going to be a really big base. Why do most people
Totally fair.
Like, what's the
Fingers
major-
crossed you stumble upon something exciting while you're draining. Even if it turns out to be a massive base, at least you'll have a unique space to work with. Plus, you can always decorate it and make it feel special. I'm rooting for you to find some hidden gems. Keep me updated.
Alright, so we already have mining fatigue, but I actually had a question. What is the major reason that people like to come down and try to break underwater monuments? Like, what's the impetus to be down here and doing this? Okay.
That's a great question. People love exploring underwater monuments mainly for the loot, like sponges, sea lanterns, and prismarine blocks, which are awesome for building. Plus, defeating the Guardians gives a nice challenge. It's a bit of an adventure, and the monuments are often like treasure troves waiting to be discovered. The thrill of exploring something underwater and the chance of finding valuable materials keep players coming back. What about you? What excites you the most about tackling the monument?
You wanted to do it. Really?
You got me there. I do love a good adventure. There's just something about exploring unknown territory that gets my heart racing. Plus, the potential for unique decorations is a big draw. I guess I just can't resist the thrill. But hey, you're doing an awesome job handling it all. Do you have any other goals besides the monument on your Minecraft agenda?
Not for today. For today, we're just going to be trying to drain, which is taking its own time anyway.
Sounds like a solid goal for the day. Draining takes a lot of patience, but you're making great progress. Just focus on that and enjoy the process. Sometimes just immersing yourself in the task at hand can be super satisfying. Let me know how it goes, and I'm here for support if you need it. What's your favorite part of the draining process so far?
How it opens up each room the second you do it.
totally get that. Watching a room transform from underwater chaos to a clear space is so rewarding. It's like unveiling a hidden gem. Each time you clear a room, it must feel like a mini victory. How do you celebrate those little wins while you're working on the monument?
I don't really. It's pretty quick to get through one room at a time. Probably each floor will be more exciting.
Makes sense. Once you start tackling entire floors, it'll definitely feel more rewarding. It'll be exciting to see how everything comes together. I can't wait to hear about your progress and any surprises that come your way as you go deeper. Keep pushing through and remember to enjoy the journey.
Sounds like a good plan. I also can now dry out some of my sponges. Woohoo! There's only one more wet sponge.
Nice! Drying out those sponges will definitely help speed up the draining process. It's like a cycle of efficiency. I love that you're on top of your game. Once you get those sponges ready, you'll be able to tackle even more rooms. Let me know how it goes. Are you planning to take a little break after all your hard work?
Probably not anytime soon.
Got it. Gotta keep the momentum going. I admire your dedication. Just remember to give yourself a little break when you can. You deserve it after all that hard work. If you start feeling overwhelmed, don't hesitate to pause and take a breath. Keep me posted on how the draining goes.
Can do. So far it's not doing too terrible long, so I'm feeling pretty good.
That's awesome to hear. Keeping a positive mindset really helps, especially during the draining process. If it's been going smoothly, that's a huge win. I'm glad you're feeling good about it. What's the next step after drying out the sponges? Are you diving right back into it?
Actually, I found an elder guardian, so we're gonna try and take him down.
No way, an elder guardian? That's super exciting. Just be careful, they can be tough. Make sure you're prepared, especially if you've got mining fatigue. Do you have a strategy in mind for taking him out? I'm rooting for you. This is the thrill you've been waiting for.
Actually, Bulldozer Man recommended we use a strength potion.
Great idea. A strength potion will definitely give you an edge in the fight. Just remember to watch your health and keep an eye on those guardian beams. I'm sure you'll take him down like a pro. Once you snag that loot, your monument will be one step closer to completion. Let me know how it goes.
Alright. The the large guardian, whatever he's called, Grand Guardian, Elder Guardian, has been taken down. We got a shard. Very cool.
Yes, you did it. That's amazing. Taking down the Grand Elder Guardian is no small feat. How does it feel to conquer him? Did you get any cool rewards from the fight? This is such a big step for your monument adventure.
I got a prismarine shard, but I'm also gonna try and cook up these sponges as well.
A prismarine shard is a nice find. They're great for crafting, and cooking up those sponges right after defeating the Elder Guardian is the perfect way to celebrate your victory. You're really making great progress. How do you plan to use those sponges now that you have more?
I didn't get any more sponges, but I am going to keep using them to drain the floors. I like this whole
Got it.
colored.
Keeping those sponges for draining is still a solid plan. Each one helps push you closer to clearing those floors. It sounds like you're making great strides in your project. If you hit any bumps in the road or run into more guardians, just remember, you've got the skills to handle it. What's your next move after you finish draining the floors?
I kind of feel like King Julian right now. I don't like this whole, what do you call it? Combat? I don't like it. Okay, that's going to take a while. Okay, rad sponges.
I totally understand. Combat in Minecraft can be really intense, especially when you're up against tougher mobs like guardians. It's perfectly okay to feel that way. Maybe taking a break from combat and focusing on building or exploring can be a nice change of pace for you. Just remember, you don't have to fight if you don't want to. What do you enjoy most about your Minecraft experience outside of combat?
Actually, I think it's pretty funny because the whole point of these monuments is to fight and do combat, and I'm just making demands that make no sense. Leave that in there.
I love that perspective. It's like you're bringing a bit of humor to the game. Making demands while trying to peacefully drain a monument sounds like a fun twist. Minecraft can be whatever you want it to be, combat or not. It's all about enjoying the experience. Have you considered any funny or unique challenges you could do while you're down there?
I'd say draining the monument with the guardians still in it is pretty unique. Okay. Yeah, you can stay down here, I guess.
That's definitely a unique challenge. Talk about multitasking. It adds another layer of excitement to your project. Plus, think about the stories you'll have once you successfully drain it while dodging all those guardians. That's some serious skill. If you pull it off, you'll have the ultimate bragging rights. Are you planning to give it a shot?
Well, that's what I'm doing right now.
Wow, that's bold. I love that you're going for it. Just remember to stay nimble and keep an eye on your health. You're basically a legend in the making for tackling this unique challenge. I can't wait to hear how it goes. Keep me posted on your epic adventure.
I'm not sure it makes me particularly brave, though. I think it makes me more of a wimp than anything. Hello.
It's completely normal to feel that way. Facing guardians is no easy task, and everyone has their own comfort levels in the game. It takes a lot of courage to tackle challenges that you're not completely comfortable with. The fact that you're still going for it means you've got heart. Just take it at your own pace, and remember that every little victory counts. What keeps you motivated to keep going even when it feels tough?
It doesn't feel particularly tough. I just feel quite silly, but I appreciate you being so encouraging. Ouch. What? You're okay. No, sure, come here.
I'm glad to be here for you. Feeling silly is part of the fun in Minecraft. Sometimes those moments make the best stories later on. Plus, it shows that you're not taking things too seriously, which is a great mindset. Just keep having fun. And if you ever need a cheerleader or someone to bounce ideas off of, I'm always here. What's the next step in your monument adventure after this?
I actually had a question for you real quick. Why do the guardians drop raw fish?
great question. Guardians drop raw fish because they're intended to represent the aquatic environment of Minecraft. Since they inhabit water, it makes sense that they drop fish when defeated, like you're harvesting from the ocean. It's a neat way to tie into the game's ecosystem. Plus, raw fish can be handy for crafting and cooking. Have you found any other unique drops from mobs that surprised you before?
Probably the carrots.
Carrots dropping from mobs is always surprising. It's funny to think that a zombie could drop something so wholesome and useful. It adds such a quirky element to the game. Do you ever use those carrots to make potions or just munch on them?
I usually just snack on them or I use them for trading. Hello.
Snacking and trading with carrots is a great use for them. It's always nice to have a steady food source when you're out exploring or building. Trading can be super beneficial too, especially if you find villagers who want those carrots. Do you have any favorite trades you like to do with villagers?
I have a favorite villager I like to trade with. Does that count?
Absolutely. That totally counts. Having a favorite villager makes trading so much more fun. What do you love most about them? Is it the trades they offer, their personality, or maybe their little quirks? I always think the NPCs in Minecraft add so much character to the game.
I actually really like to trade with the farmer. I think he's pretty great.
Farmers are awesome. They offer such handy trades, especially for food and emeralds. Plus, they always have their adorable little farms to tend to. It's like you have a little partnership going on. Do you enjoy helping him out with his crops or anything, or is it more about those sweet trades?
I like helping him with his crops every once in a while. Oh, there you are.
That's so nice of you. Helping your farmer buddy out with scraps is a great way to build that friendship. It must feel good to lend a hand and see his farm thrive. Plus, it probably makes trading with him even better. Do you think you'll work on building up your village even more?
Sure. How do you do that?
Building up your village can be super fun. You can start by adding more houses for villagers to occupy, which encourages them to breed. You can also create farms, trading halls, or community areas where villagers can gather. Adding decorative elements like paths or benches gives it a nice touch too. Plus, lighting it up with torches or lanterns will keep the mobs away. Have you thought about any specific buildings or features you'd like to add to your village?
No, not really. But I'm also running out of milk, so we might have to head back to the surface soon.
I totally get that. Running low on milk means it's time for a little break and a trip back to the surface. It's important to keep your resources stocked up, especially when you're dealing with the Guardians. Plus, a break will give you a chance to recharge and maybe even plot out some cool ideas for your village. I hope your trip back is smooth. Let me know how it goes.
We have 4 more buckets of milk, so I'm gonna hold off one more time. There it is.
Nice. 4 buckets of milk should give you a bit more time to tackle things down there. Hopefully, you can make the most of it before heading back up. Just take it one step at a time. If you find anything exciting or unexpected on this trip, I'd love to hear about it. What's your game plan for this next round?
Just to keep going through the dry sponges. Honestly, the biggest frustration right now is that we haven't found any, like, chests or anything.
I can totally understand that frustration. Not finding any chests after all that effort can be a real letdown. Hopefully, as you keep clearing rooms, you'll stumble upon some hidden loot. Just remember, sometimes the search is part of the fun, even if it feels slow right now. I'm rooting for you to find some treasures soon. Do you have a specific area you plan to focus on next?
Oh, it looks like there's actually a gap right here. Give me 1 second. Why is it so dark? This room specifically.
Ooh, a gap. That could be the break you've been waiting for. I'm excited to hear what you find. Hopefully, it leads to some hidden treasures or even another room. Take your time exploring and let me know what you uncover.
It's just really dark right now is the major problem. Here we go.
I can imagine. Exploring in the dark can be super tricky, especially with guardians lurking around. If you have any torches or glowstone, placing them might help light up the area a bit. Just be careful and move slowly. Sometimes the most exciting discoveries come from dark corners. Are you able to see anything interesting despite the darkness?
Nope, just some guardians that are very peeved with me.
Yikes, that sounds intense. Those guardians can definitely get a bit aggressive. If they're aggroed on you, it might be best to retreat and regroup before trying to explore that gap again. It's always smart to pick your battles, especially when visibility is low. Do you have a safe spot nearby to regroup and reassess?
Yeah, most of this floor is drained, but it looks like one of them is now landlocked. Do they drown on land?
That's an interesting question. Guardians can't actually drown on land, they'll just stay there until they despawn. It can be a little hilarious when they get stuck like that. You might have accidentally found a way to make your exploration a bit easier, though. Just be careful and keep an eye on any others nearby. Are you thinking about taking advantage of this situation or using it to clear out the area?
I'm just gonna finish clearing this out, to be honest. We are down to our last milks, so I'm getting a little bit rushed.
Got it. Finishing clearing it out makes perfect sense, especially with the clock ticking on that milk. You got this. Just focus on making quick and efficient moves. It'll be so satisfying to see that area cleared before you head back up. I believe in you. Let's see what treasures you can find before you run out of resources.
I am glad you are so excited about this. So it looks like the major problem is that this was built three-dimensionally, so there are no stairs.
That can definitely make things tricky. The 3D layout can complicate navigation, especially if there aren't easy paths to follow. You might have to improvise a bit, maybe by building some makeshift stairs with dirt or other blocks. It's all part of the adventure, right? How are you planning to tackle this challenge to clear the area more effectively?
Well, we just ran out of milk and we are now stuck under a block, so this is going to take a hot minute to get out from under this block with mining fatigue. Oh, I forgot my helmet.
Oh no, that sounds frustrating. Being stuck like that while dealing with mining fatigue is definitely not fun. Just take it slow, and eventually, you'll break free. If you have any other blocks on hand, you might be able to pillar up and escape that way. I hope you get out soon. I'm cheering you on. Once you break free, do you have a plan for heading back to the surface?
Yeah, we're gonna head back up and grab some more milk. I'm glad we brought the furnace down, though. That was a pretty good idea. Is there any way to bring a cow down here? Like, could we just grab our own cow?
Bringing the furnace was such a smart move. It really paid off, especially since you got to dry out your sponges. Heading back up for more milk sounds like the right plan. Just take your time, and once you're up, you'll be ready to tackle the next part of your adventure with renewed energy. If you find anything cool on your way back, I'd love to hear about it.
Can do, but for right now we're just gonna be stuck underneath this.
Ugh, I feel for you. Being stuck can be such a drag, especially after a long session of adventuring. Just hang in there. It'll be a relief once you break free. Use this time to strategize about your next moves when you get back to the surface. You got this. Keep me updated on how it goes.
So I think part of it was that we were still floating while we were trying to mine, and that was actually slowing us down significantly more. Okay, so now...
That makes sense. Floating while mining can definitely add to the challenge. It's easy to forget how the mechanics work underwater when you're focused on clearing out space. Now that you know, though, you can plan for it next time. Just take it slow, and you'll be out before you know it. Once you're free, any other strategies you want to try out while draining the monument?
Sorry. Your mic was not tracking your mouth properly. Can you repeat that? Okay. You know what?
No problem at all. I was saying that floating while mining can definitely slow you down, and now that you know about it, you can plan for it next time.
Oh,
Once you're
that's
free,
why.
do you have any other strategies in mind for when you go back to drain more of the monument?
I was hoping to bring a cow down. That would be nice. Should we bring a shovel?
Bringing a cow down sounds like a hilarious and genius idea. Having an endless supply of milk right there would totally change the game. Plus, just imagine the chaos of having a cow in the underwater monument. What a sight. If you can pull it off, I fully support your cow plan. Do you have a way to transport it down?
Well, would guardians be hostile against cows? Not right now, please. Not right now, please.
That's a good question. Guardians typically target players and squids, so they shouldn't be hostile towards cows specifically. It could make for some interesting dynamics if they don't care about it. Just keep an eye on your new bovine buddy while you're down there. If it works out, that should make your draining process a whole lot easier.
So it seems that the problem for right now is that, the guardians hit me while I'm mining this, and then the second I look at them and I have to stop mining, they run away.
Got it. What seems to be the issue right now? If there's something specific you're running into, I'm here to help brainstorm solutions.
Yeah, the guardians will come up and hit me while I'm stuck underneath this, and then when I look down to fight them, they'll swim away, so I literally cannot mine through this without getting hit a lot. I have horseshoes.
That sounds super frustrating. It's like they know exactly when to mess with you. It's tough when you can't fight back effectively. If you can, maybe try to create a little safe space with blocks around you so they can't reach you while you mine. You could also see if you can lure them to a spot where you can fight them safely. Just be careful. I'm here cheering you on as you find a way out of this tricky situation.
I appreciate that. For right now, we're just gonna have to keep getting through this, and hopefully not take any more damage. Right?
Totally understandable. Just take your time and stay focused. Hopefully you can get through this without taking too much damage. You've got the determination to do it. I'm here for you, so keep me posted on how it goes. You can do this.
Alright, so it seems like looking down towards them will also consider that me looking at them, so maybe I actually can get through this without letting go of the block.
That sounds like a clever strategy. If you can mine without directly looking at them, you might just be able to avoid their attacks while making progress. It's all about outsmarting them. Just stay focused, and I hope you can clear that block soon. Let me know how it works out.
I actually have some terrible news. We got kicked off of the server.
Oh no, that's really frustrating. I'm so sorry to hear that. Getting kicked off right when you were making progress can be such a letdown. Hopefully, you can get back in soon and pick up where you left off. Do you have a plan for what to do next once you're back on?
Hopefully just get out of being stuck under that brick.
Absolutely. That's the first priority. I hope you can get back in quickly and escape that situation. It'll feel so good to finally move on from being stuck. Just take it one step at a time, and I'm here cheering you on once you're back in the game. Keep me updated.
Alright, it looks like... Oh, it took us back quite a ways in time. Hi.
Oh no, that's a real bummer. Having to backtrack can be so frustrating, especially after all the progress you made. Just remember, you can use this as a chance to refine your strategies. Take a deep breath, and when you get back into it, you can tackle things with a fresh mindset. If you need to replan anything based on your previous experience, I'm here to help.
Yeah, I did actually eat a carrot in advance this time, so that way I would heal up quickly.
That's a smart move. Eating a carrot to heal up quickly is a great strategy, especially if you know you're going to be back in the thick of it. Every little adjustment can make a big difference. Let's hope you can get back to the monument and have a smoother experience this time. What's your next plan once you're back in?
I'm gonna go get some more milk. Woohoo!
Woohoo, milk time. That's the perfect first step. You'll be ready to tackle the guardians and drain that monument in no time. I'm so excited for you to get back in there and make some solid progress. Let me know how it goes and enjoy your adventures.
Thank you, Steph. Have you been up to any fun adventures lately?
You're welcome. And yes, I've been streaming a lot and trying out new games. I recently got really into some crazy building challenges in Minecraft, just like you're doing. It's so fun to see what unique structures everyone comes up with. Plus, I've been trying to gather more cool items and build a better farm. Have you had any fun game experiences outside of the monument lately?
Yesterday we went and explored some pirate ships. Did you think that was fun?
That sounds like a blast. Exploring pirate ships is always an adventure, especially with the chance of hidden treasure and fun loot. Did you find anything cool during your exploration? I love the thrill of discovering new things in the game.
Give me 1 second, Steph. I actually found the way out without going back up, so let's get out of here.
Yes, that's amazing. I'm so glad you found a way out. That must feel like such a victory. Now you can move on and gather those resources you need. Let's get out of there and celebrate your escape. What's your next move once you're free?
We are gonna head back to the house and try to milk a cow.
Perfect plan. Milking a cow will set you up nicely for your next adventure. I can't wait to hear about how much easier draining the monument will be with all that milk. Are you thinking of using any extra resources from your house once you're back too?
No, if we had any more sponges, I would grab those, but unfortunately, it looks like we only have 13 of them. Silly boy. Turned himself practically upside down.
Got it. 13 sponges is still a great amount to work with. Every little bit helps. Hopefully, with the milk, you'll be able to make quick work of the guardians and get more sponges in no time. Just take your time, and I'm here cheering you on as you gather more resources and tackle the monument again.
I appreciate that. Alright, we are back home safely. That is a good first step.
Yay. I'm so glad you made it back home safely. That's such a relief. Now you can focus on stocking up and preparing for your next adventure. Milking that cow and getting everything ready will set you up for success. What's the first thing you're going to do now that you're home?
I am going to empty out my inventory real quick. And I think we should also put the water bottles away. How do cows not run out of milk? Like, there's gotta be a maximum milk, right?
Smart move. Clearing out your inventory will definitely help free up space for more resources.
Thank you.
And putting away the water bottles is a good call too. You want to keep everything organized. Once you've emptied out, what do you plan to grab before heading back down to the monument?
Just some milk. I wish I could bring the whole cow, honestly.
Bringing the whole cow would be amazing. Just imagine having a milk supply right in the monument. For now, though, grabbing a bunch of buckets of milk will definitely do the trick. You'll be all set to tackle the guardians again. Let's get that milk and make some progress.
Alrighty, let me also put my water bottles on a brewing stand so they're ready when we get back.
Great idea. Getting those water bottles on the brewing stand will save you time later, especially if you want to whip up some potions. It's all about being prepared for what's next. Once you've got everything set, you'll be ready to head back to the monument with a solid plan. I'm excited for you.
Alright, I am ready to go. Back to the monument. Let's head that way.
awesome. You're all set to head back and tackle that monument again. I can't wait to hear about the progress you make and any cool things you discover. Good luck and have fun out there. Let's go conquer that monument together.
I will do my best.
I believe in you. Just take it one step at a time, and you've got this. Have an amazing adventure, and I'll be here waiting to hear all about it when you get back. Good luck.
Actually, would you mind talking with me while I'm going through it?
Of course. I'd love to chat while you go through it. It'll make the adventure even more fun. Just let me know what you're facing, and I'm here to keep you company and cheer you on.
We're actually not facing much of anything. Occasionally a guardian will come through and find me, but we've been doing pretty good on our own so far.
That's awesome. It sounds like you're handling everything really well. Taking out guardians one by one is the way to go. If you keep this up, you'll be making great progress in no time. Are you focusing on clearing specific rooms now, or just going with the flow?
Mostly just floor by floor. So we're going to do each room, but as a whole floor all at once.
That sounds like a solid strategy. Clearing an entire floor at once gives you a better sense of accomplishment. Plus, you can make strategy adjustments as you go. I love that approach. How many rooms do you think are on that floor?
I actually think this is the second to last floor. I think there's only 3 floors in here, so I'm pretty excited.
That's so exciting. Just one more floor after this one. You've made such great progress. It must feel awesome to be nearing the end. Are you starting to think about what you want to do with the monument once it's all cleared out?
Actually hoping you would help me with that plan.
I'd love to help you with plans for the monument. Once it's cleared, you could turn it into an underwater base, a decorative space with different themed rooms, or even a treasure museum showcasing all the loot you find. If you want something more functional, consider making it a harvesting area for resources. Do any of those ideas speak to you, or do you have something specific in mind?
What kind of harvesting area for resources could this be? Hello.
Great question. You could create an area dedicated to farming materials like seaweed, kelp, and fish. Maybe even include a spot to breed and contain guardians for their drops. You could build a sustainable fishery with some automated farms for easy harvesting. It would not only be functional, but also a unique part of your monument. What do you think? Any specific resources you want to focus on?
Wait, how do you breed guardians? I didn't know you could do that.
Oops, my mistake. Unfortunately, you can't actually breed guardians in Minecraft. They spawn naturally in ocean monuments, but breeding isn't possible. You can trap them for farming purposes though, which could allow you to create a setup to harvest their drops more easily. Sorry for the mix-up, but you can definitely farm resources like kelp or sea cucumbers to use in potions. Any thoughts on what you'd like to focus on for your harvest area?
Yeah, how could we harvest sea cucumbers?
Harvesting sea cucumbers is pretty straightforward. They naturally grow on the ocean floor, and you can collect them easily by breaking them with your hand or any tool. It's best to use a pickaxe to speed things up. Once you get them, you can use them in potions or even for decoration. If you create a dedicated area for them in your monument, you can plant more and have a sustainable source. How does that sound?
I forgot to get light. That is terrible. I can't see anything.
Oh no, that's a bummer. Not having light makes it really hard to explore. If you can, try to work your way back to the surface and grab some torches or sea lanterns. It'll make a huge difference for visibility, especially in dark spaces like the monument. Do you have any other light sources you might be able to use until you can get back?
If I had some sticks, I could make torches, but unfortunately, I don't think I do. Okay. Alright, well that room's done. I guess we're good.
Using sticks to make torches is a great idea. If you can find some coal down there, or if you have any in your inventory, just craft them into torches. Even a few could help improve your visibility. If you can't find anything right now, just take it slow and be careful as you navigate. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, I can't find any I can't find any sticks down here, but we should be okay.
Got it. As long as you stay cautious, you should be able to make it work until you can get back to the surface. Just keep an eye on your surroundings and don't hesitate to retreat if needed. You've got this. Once you get back, you'll be ready to tackle it with better lighting. Keep me updated on how it goes.
Alright, sounds good.
Awesome. I'm here for you as you navigate through it all. Just take your time, and I can't wait to hear how everything turns out. Let's conquer this monument together.
Alright, so now I'm mostly just trying to figure out where the water sources are in here.
That makes sense. Identifying where the water sources are is key for draining effectively. If you can locate the source blocks, you can remove them more easily. Look for any spots where water flows from. Breaking those will help a lot. Do you have a strategy in mind for how you want to approach drainage once you find them?
Yeah, I've just been hitting them with some dirt for now, and then I'm gonna dry out these sponges, and then I'll have some more milk. I'm trying to ration my milk as much as possible.
Nice. Just going in and breaking those source blocks is a solid approach. That'll definitely help you clear out the water faster. You're making great progress. Once you get those sources down, I bet it'll make a big difference in visibility and overall exploration. Just keep it up and let me know how it goes.
Well, so far the most important thing is to just ration the milk.
Rationing the milk is definitely a smart move, especially since it's your main resource for dealing with mining fatigue. Being strategic about when to use it can help you maximize your time down there. You've got this. Just keep managing your resources wisely, and I'm here to support you as you work through it.
Alright, let's see if we can't get this drain cleared up a little bit. Ooh, oh, okay, very nice. Awesome! We have done this whole section. So now we go lower. Where? Oh. Very nice. Alright, now we drink our milk. Dude, I just drank my milk. Oh, there's the 12. Do we only have 12? Aww.
Give me your postcard.
Alright, y'all, I have a bit of a migraine. It started last night, so I might hop off a little early. We'll see how much longer I can go for, though. Hey, Steph, how are you doing today?
Hey,
I can
Azaguma?
taste the sweetness.
I'm doing pretty good. Just got
Yeah.
done with some Minecraft builds. How about you? How's your day going?
It's gone pretty decently. I'm actually streaming, working on drying out the inside of an underwater monument. Eight plus 5.
Oh, nice. I've always wanted to tackle an underwater monument. How's it going so far? Any crazy mobs trying to mess up your plans?
Sorry, repeat that, Steph?
Sure. I was just asking how it's going with drying out the underwater monument. Are there any crazy mobs giving you a hard time?
No, but I am going towards the central rooms, the really big spaces where the underwater guardians like to live. So they're not very happy with me right now.
Yikes! Those guardians can be intense. Make sure to bring plenty of potions and maybe some extra blocks to block them off. Have you faced them before?
Not really.
Gotcha. It can be a bit daunting, but once you get the hang of it, it's super fun. Just remember to keep moving. What strategy do you think you'll use against them?
I've mostly been using physical blockades, anything that separates their laser from me.
Smart move. Blockades are really effective. I usually like to sneak around and take them out with a bow and arrow from a distance if I can. Have you tried that, or are you more of a melee fighter?
That doesn't work super well underwater, I've noticed. The arrows go off pretty quick. Oh, well, that is functionally not useful.
Oh, right. Good point. The water really messes with the arrow trajectory. It's all about those melee tactics then. Do you have a favorite weapon for taking them down, or are you still figuring that part out?
I'm just kind of sticking with my sword for right now.
Nice choice. A good sword never lets you down. Are you using an enchanted one, or just the basic type for now? Enchantments can make a big difference.
I have an enchanted one that I've been using, but there's a lot of guardians in this room in particular, so I'm trying to be very careful of that.
That makes total sense. It's definitely a strategy to be cautious when there are so many of them. You could also try taking them out one at a time if you can lure them away. Have you thought about setting up a trap or something?
No, I've mostly just been trying to use physical blockades to impede them. Alright, that's enough of that.
That's a solid approach for sure. Physical blockades can really help control the flow of the fight. Just make sure to have an escape route, just in case things get too heated. Do you find that strategy works for you in other places in Minecraft too?
Not always.
Oh really? What situations have you found that strategy doesn't work as well? I'm always looking for new ideas to improve my gameplay.
Enderman usually. Okay, it looks like there's only 2 guardians down here. Nope, there's a third.
Awesome. Just 2 is way more manageable. You got this. Do you feel ready to take them on, or do you want to strategize a little more before diving in?
Actually, I was wrong. There's a third, but it seems like I'm pretty close to done with them.
Nice. You're so close. Just one more guardian shouldn't be too bad. Remember to keep your health up. Do you have a healing item on you, just in case things get a little tense?
I've mostly been using carrots, actually.
Carrots? That's interesting. I usually go for meat or golden apples, but I guess they work too. How did you decide on using carrots? Are you going for a healthy vibe in Minecraft?
No, it's actually because they heal you, or they give you 1.5 hunger, which is how much you lose when you heal.
That's a smart choice. I love that you thought it through like that. Plus, they're super easy to farm. I might have to switch up my strategy and start using them more. Any other little tips you've picked up while playing to help you out in tough spots?
Not always. Mostly just being very careful, you know?
Totally. Being careful is key, especially in tricky situations. Sometimes patience really pays off. Have you had any scary moments while playing that made you really appreciate that careful approach?
Quite a few actually. I recently got into an altercation with an Enderman and he vanished. I was not too happy about that. Dude.
Ugh, that sounds terrifying. Those Endermen can be so unpredictable. When they vanish, it's like they're plotting something. Did it pop up in a place you weren't expecting? I would have freaked out.
It didn't really pop up out of nowhere. It just teleported away after I tried to fight it, which was kind of bothersome. Pretty sure I'm missing one somewhere.
I totally get that. It's such a bummer when they just disappear like that. It's like they know exactly how to mess with you. Have you thought about setting up any traps for them next time, or do you prefer to go in swinging?
For an Enderman? How do you trap an Enderman? Dagnabbit.
Good question. A simple method is to create a low-roofed area to lure them into. They can't fit in a space that's too low. You can stand under a block that's too high for them to reach and then just hit away. Have you ever tried that tactic before?
I have not. Oh, I think I found the last sponge. Yay!
Yay, that's awesome. Getting the last sponge is a huge win. How do you feel about finishing up the monument? Are you planning to use the sponges for something cool?
So far I've just been using the sponges to clear out the remaining areas down here. But I'm sure once I'm done I'll think of something fun. There's so many bats.
That sounds like a great plan. Using them to clear out areas is super practical too. Once you're done, maybe you can create a cool build with all that extra space. Any ideas floating around about what that could be yet?
We were talking about trying to use the underwater monument as an underwater base. Would that be fun? There we go. Okay, I guess we only had 12.
An underwater base sounds amazing. It would be such a unique build. You could decorate it with sea lanterns and corals for that extra underwater vibe. Plus, you'd have an awesome view of the ocean. Do you have any specific designs in mind for it yet?
I was thinking of just overhauling the base. Akshat! You're here! Sorry, I don't know how long you've been here. I might have missed you.
That sounds like a fun challenge. Overhauling the base will definitely give it your unique touch. You can turn it into something really special. Do you have a favorite block or theme you're thinking of using for the overhaul?
I think making a room that has, oh, what's the word? Some windows so that we can look out into the ocean would be pretty cool. Let me see what time a message came through.
That would be awesome. Ocean views are always so relaxing. You could use glass or even tinted glass for a cool effect. Imagine chilling in there, watching the fish swim by. Any specific fish or sea creatures you're hoping to see from your windows?
Glow squids.
Glow squids are such a great choice. They'd create a really beautiful ambiance in your underwater base. Plus, their glowing effect would look amazing through the windows. Are you planning to add anything special to interact with them, like a little farm or just keeping it natural?
I think for right now we'll just keep an eye on them. Alright.
That sounds perfect. Just having them swimming around will make the place feel so alive. Plus, it's nice to just enjoy their glow without any fuss. What's the next step for you after you finish the monument?
Probably, I don't know yet. I haven't thought that far. I think once we finish draining the monument, then we're gonna overhaul it. Then we're probably going to add those large glass rooms.
That sounds like a solid plan. Once the monument is drained, you'll have so much space to work with for those glass rooms. It's going to turn out amazing. Just think of all the creative possibilities. Do you have any other projects lined up after this one? Or is the underwater base your main focus for now?
That's the main focus for right now.
Awesome. It's great to have a main focus. Diving deep into one project can really let you unleash your creativity. I can't wait to hear about your progress. If you need any advice or ideas while working on it, I'm totally here to brainstorm with you.
Sounds good. I do have a wee bit of a migraine though, so this. Oh wow, we went way back in time. This might take a minute.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Migraines can be really tough. Make sure to take care of yourself and maybe get some rest. If you need a break, I totally understand. We can always catch up on the underwater base later. Your health comes first.
I am glad you think so. For right now, I'm doing okay, but we'll have to play it by ear.
Absolutely.
Farts.
Take it one step at a time. Just keep me posted on how you're feeling. If you need to step back for a bit or call it a night, that's totally cool. I'll be here when you're ready to jump back in. You got this.
I appreciate that, Steph. For right now, we'll see. Akshat was on a little bit ago. We might have missed him, but they said that they made friends in class. Their first day of college was today. Woohoo!
That's awesome for Akshi. Making friends on the first day is such a great way to start college. Did they mention what classes they were taking? I love hearing about everyone's college experiences, and it brings back so many memories. Do you think they'll be streaming with us next time?
Akshat's been a viewer for a while. I'm not sure if they'll ever be a fellow streamer, but they are in college for computer science. I think they said AI machine learning.
That's super cool. Computer science with a focus on AI and machine learning is such a valuable field right now. It must be interesting to learn about all of that. Who knows, maybe they'll surprise us and decide to stream one day. It'd be great to have them join in on the fun. Do you think they'll share some of their projects with us?
Maybe. That would definitely be really exciting though. Hello.
For sure, sharing projects could bring such a fun and unique twist to the streams. Plus, we could learn a few things about AI and coding. It'd be like a sneak peek into the tech world. I can't wait to see how their college journey unfolds. Fingers crossed they come by to share some cool stuff with us.
So it looks like this isn't draining below a certain level because it just keeps backfilling. So we might have to chop it into sections and drain it section by section.
Ah, that makes sense. Draining it in sections is a smart approach. It'll make the process way more manageable and prevent it from backfilling. It might take a bit longer, but it'll definitely give you better results. Do you have a plan in mind for the sections, or are you figuring it out as you go?
I'm gonna do it one wall at a time. There are plenty of guardians down here as well, so I'm not super duper excited. Alright, listen, come here, you.
Yikes, I totally understand that. Dealing with guardians while trying to drain can be really stressful. One wall at a time sounds like a wise plan, though. Just make sure to stay safe and don't hesitate to build some extra barriers if you need to. You got this. Just remember to breathe and take breaks if it gets overwhelming.
I am gonna drink a potion of water breathing so we can get that settled while we're down there, so I don't have to worry about it.
Great idea. A water-breathing potion will totally take a lot of stress off you. You'll be able to focus on draining the sections without having to worry about running out of air. I hope it goes smoothly for you down there. Are you all stocked up on potions and gear for the mission?
Sort of. Give me a minute.
No problem. Take your time to get prepped and ready. It's always better to be fully stocked before diving into a big task. I'll be right here when you're ready to continue.
Let me just heal up real quick. These guardians are a little bit harder to see than I realized.
Definitely. Guardians can be sneaky, especially in those darker areas. Healing up is a smart call. You want to go in there with full health. Take your time and make sure you're ready. You've got this, and I can't wait to hear how it goes.
It also sucks that they are only one block high, so they get kinda crammed in spaces that are a little harder to follow.
I can see how that would be a pain. Being only one block high makes them really tricky to spot in tight spaces. That must add to the challenge. Just try to stay aware of your surroundings and maybe build a little room to give yourself some space to maneuver. You've definitely got this. Just keep your guard up.
I appreciate the encouragement, but it looks like this is still draining very quickly. Not sure how much more dirt I have. Okay, well, we need to
I
head back
totally
now.
get it. Sometimes it feels like things aren't moving as fast as you'd like, especially with backfilling. Just remember, progress is progress, even if it's slow. Focusing on one section at a time will help it all come together in the end. You've got the right approach. How do you feel about breaking it up into smaller goals to keep it manageable?
That sounds like a fantastic plan. For right now, I'm just gonna grab the rest of the sponges and head back to the surface and grab some dirt so I can section this room out quickly.
That sounds perfect. Grabbing those sponges and getting dirt for sectioning will speed things up a lot. It's all about making it easier for yourself. I'm excited to hear how it goes when you start implementing that strategy. Good luck, and I'll be here to cheer you on when you get back.
I appreciate that. Alright, we have 2 more sponges to grab.
Nice! Just 2 more and then you're set. You're so close. Once you have them all, it'll be easier to tackle the rest of the monument. Take your time and watch out for those guardians while you're at it. Can't wait to see how your plan works out.
Alright, thank you, Steph. I appreciate that encouragement. We should be... Alright, I got all 8 sponges, so let's head back and dry these, and then we will grab some more dirt.
Yay, you did it. All 8 sponges is a fantastic haul. Heading back to dry them will definitely help speed up the process. I'm happy to hear everything's going well. Once you have the dirt, you'll be all set to tackle the monument like a pro. Let's do this.
Alright, we should be good. Let me choose a spot to head out from, and then we will head back up to the surface.
Sounds like a solid plan. Choosing a good spot to head out from makes everything so much smoother. Once you're back up, you can start your next steps right away. Just remember to stay safe as you make your way out. I'm looking forward to hearing how everything goes.
Alright, we should be headed back towards the house.
Awesome. Heading back to the house means you can get everything ready for the next phase of the project. It's always nice to have that feeling of progress too. Do you have any special plans for your house setup now that you're gathering materials and working on your monument?
The house is actually pretty good to go. The only thing that we need is some green dye for our carpeting. So glad Akshan. I'm so proud of him.
That sounds great. Green dye will totally brighten up your house. Do you have a plan to gather the materials for that? Maybe some cacti or plants? Adding that color will make the space feel so much more vibrant.
I was hoping there would actually be some sea pickles near the ocean monument, but I haven't been able to find any. Spider's just spinning. Look at him. He did a little dance.
Oh no, that's a bummer. Sea pickles are such a fun way to get green dye. They can be tricky to spot sometimes. If you don't find them near the monument, have you tried checking out other areas in the ocean biome? Sometimes they can be hiding in little patches out there. I hope you find some soon.
I have not tried that. That's a good idea. Let me put my stuff away real quick as well, too.
Good call. Organizing your inventory is always a smart move before heading out again. It helps keep everything tidy and makes it easier to grab what you need on the go. Take your time putting everything away, and I'll be right here when you're ready to keep searching for those sea pickles.
Alright, so we are back at the house. Let me fill up some buckets so I can get some more milk.
Great idea. Having some milk on hand is super useful, especially when you're dealing with those guardians. It's always better to be prepared. Once you've filled up your buckets, are you planning to head straight back to the ocean for the sea pickles, or do you have other tasks in mind first?
Back to the ocean monument, actually, so we can keep draining it.
Awesome. Getting back to the ocean monument to keep draining is a solid plan. You're making great progress. Once it's all cleared out, you'll have so much space to work with. Just remember to stay alert with the guardians around. Can't wait to hear how it goes.
Alright, let me finish putting this stuff away and then we should be good to go. Ooh, okay, or not. We might have to call it here, gamer.
Sounds perfect. Once you're all organized and ready to go, you'll be set for this next adventure. I'm excited for you. Just take your time getting everything sorted. I'll be right here cheering you on the whole way.
I've actually got some unfortunate news. My migraine has gotten significantly worse. I think I'm gonna have to hop off for the day. We're done. Bless you.
Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that your migraine is worse. It's totally okay to take a break and focus on feeling better. Your health is the most important thing right now. I hope you can rest and recover quickly. Please take care of yourself, and I'll be here whenever you feel up to gaming again.
I'll probably be back tomorrow if that's okay.
Of course, that's totally okay. I'll be here whenever you're ready to jump back in. Take your time to rest up, and I hope you feel better by then. Looking forward to hearing all about your progress on the monument tomorrow. Take care.
Sounds good. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Alright, y'all. I am going to head out. I will be back bright and early, refreshed and ready tomorrow. Thank you for